My name is Brian Jagde. I'm singing Don Alvaro in La Forza del Destino by Verdi. So a lot of people might be scared because they're singing a new role. I'm singing Don Alvaro for the first time, and of course it's my first time singing for Opéra de Paris. But I'm very excited, and I take these things in stride, you know, one thing at a time. And for me, it's my fourth role debut of the year, so I'm quite used to making role debuts this year. And I just think I'm really excited to make my debut and show Paris what I've got. So Don Alvaro has quite a few hard parts to him. The role is very complicated. You really have to know your instrument, and what's really hard about singing the role of Don Alvaro, I think, is finding the right pacing. And also it has a very wide range from low up to your very high top tessitura, so it's very challenging. You really have to know your voice and what you're capable of giving when. And pacing, just pacing. Act 3 especially is probably the hardest part of the opera for the character, because aria, duet, a few minutes break, big duet, and those things tend to tax people. But I find them a really fun challenge, and that's what you have to do when you're singing opera, especially at this level. Preparing La Forza del Destino is something that took quite a bit of time. It takes about a year really to really get it ingrained into your body and your voice, just like a lot of roles of Verdi do. But the story is kind of complicated, obviously, and you really have to tap into what the heart of the story is, I think. For me, I feel very connected to the role because I've even been in situations, not nearly as dire as Don Alvaro, but situations where you can't be with the one you love and you really want to be with the one you love, and there are reasons why that happens in this story, and of course in your own life there's always something that could hold you back from being with somebody else. So there's that, and in this situation of course it's very dramatic and very dire. A lot of people talk about how the plot of La Forza del Destino is very complicated and kind of implausible. I always think of it through the lens of my own character. In fact, at one point the opera was even for a very short period of time called Don Alvaro. If you focus on just the idea that this man loves this woman and wants to steal her away just because her father won't allow them to be together, and says, if we get married, then they'll have no choice. But unfortunately, everything goes to heck in the very beginning, you know, and he kills the father by accident, and it's this tremendous torture. So if you follow the story from that very moment, it's very easy to follow the arc after that, because not a lot of operas can transverse so much time. In fact, a lot of operas happen in one day. You look at Tosca, which is happening right now at the opera, and it happens all in a 24-hour period of time, basically. Forza del Destino takes place over 15 to possibly 20 years. So a lot of times people find that hard, but I think if you follow the characters very closely, you'll see each one of them has their own arc and their own path to getting to the end. And it's what makes this opera so great, and also the music. I mean, if you don't wait for that fourth act, I don't know who wouldn't. I mean, it's amazing music. So Jean-Claude Auvray has done a very traditional setting to this. It's very easy to step into this staging and understand why you're there, where you're going, and how to interact with your fellow characters. All of our jobs are to, make it our own, make it in our own bodies, and find other ways to explore his general direction and make it ours. It's very easy to do. It's what we do for a living, but it's something that is a passion of ours, and I think that's kind of the fun of our job, actually, is to kind of take what someone wants us to do and then work within the realm of that negotiation between the director and the singer.